Call Hamlin Place at 561-582-3000, where they can actively involve the family in the recovery process to restore the maximum level of independence in the shortest possible time. Call today, 561-582-3000, or come to Hamlin Place, where caring is our way of life. Life is so overwhelming right now. The emotional and financial challenges are too much. More debt than you can possibly handle? Facing divorce or other family law problems? Injured and don't know where to turn? Where can I get solid, affordable legal guidance? At Elkins & Friedman, an experienced lawyer will explain options and treat you with humanity. They help people throughout Central and South Florida solve these problems. This is a law firm you can trust, and they actually pick up the phone. They have a 30-year track record of positive results, and they make legal costs manageable for people from all walks of life. Make the call, 1-800-992-1277, or visit them on the web at elkinsandfriedman.com. When you visit, you might even meet Tiffany, the office mascot. Elkins & Friedman take the intimidation and worry out of getting the legal help you really need. Call today, 1-800-992-1277, and begin to make sense of your life. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to Santory & Sons, the show where society's past, present, and future are viewed and explained through the eyes of three different aged mindsets. The show discusses society's past woes, present problems, and how the future will affect all generations to come. Be part of the show by calling in at 888-565-1470, or while watching them on amp2.tv, join the chat room. And now, here's Santory & Sons.
And good evening, Boca! Man, that was quick. Ken scared me there for a second. We are on the air tonight. We're doing an hour. We want to say, Paula, get better from School of Deliverance. She was ill. And so we took her half hour. And tonight I have in the booth, we have, we'll get to you in a second. We have...
Introduce the family first.
Let's break it down. Becca's here tonight.
Hello.
And Freddie J's here tonight, fresh from Tampa.
Yeah, just made it in time, huh?
Just in time. And tonight we have a special announcement. What? The man who has the Jewish, no, you have the Jesus, not the Jewish, but the Jesus Twinkie.
Oh, that's
at
right.
Home. Alan Knight from Night and Day, Wednesday night, 7 to 8 on
the Jewish Twinkie.
The Jewish Twinkie.
Is that what you're going to say?
He has a Jewish Twinkie.
What exactly would that be? What kind of Twinkie would that be?
I know what she's hinting at.
That's because she's Jewish. I'm not Jewish. I know what a Jewish Twinkie is.
Okay.
It's something you eat. Looks like a Jewish Twinkie.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to call it
It's
a moil
kosher.
or something like that.
It's a kosher Twinkie.
It's a kosher Twinkie. And then when you said that, you texted in and I said, oh, Alan has a Jewish Twinkie. She said, yeah, they're smaller now.
I did not say that. No, I did not.
The Twinkies are smaller now.
I'm sorry. My name is Tyrone Knight. It is bigger.
Oh, Tyrone.
First of all, he called in that he had a Twinkie that was shaped like Jesus, correct?
I heard they call him nickname Magnum.
Oh, gosh. Where is this
Twinkie.
Conversation going, Freddie?
I don't know. We
Started.
have an extra. This is what happens when Alan's in the house.
I see.
He came over yesterday to a great party, by the way, that you missed. And he came over and we put this whole thing together.
That I wasn't invited to, but that's okay.
We were going to invite you.
You were.
But
What
you
stopped
have
you?
family.
I know.
And you see, this is what I mean about her. See?
It's the Jewish guilt. You see? There you go. It just started.
She makes you feel Jewishly guilty.
I must admit, I was treated very nice. Thank you for letting me into your home. I had 2 cheeseburgers. I had a hot dog. I had wonderful salad. You had everything.
I had 3 of everything.
Oh, it was like a celebrity roast.
That's right.
It was wonderful.
We had to keep eating because nobody else in the place was eating. It was just us eating. Anyway, I'm only kidding. Sarah Harmon, I want to thank you. She did a fantastic job. She'll forget about law school and become a chef. Sorry, Linda. Anyway, so we have an hour tonight. Oh, I want to say my condolences to Tony Miller, a mentor of mine who taught me the mortgage business, passed away today in England, where we're being watched tonight. So Tony, rest in peace. And Bernice, our heart goes out to the family, and we love you, honey. So I'll be in touch tomorrow. That being said, we have an hour tonight.
A full hour.
A full hour. And I figured we had to bring in the cavalry because we may need a little help. Because we don't know how to handle. We used to do 2 hours before. We forgot how to do that. So I brought in Alan. Now, Alan, why don't you tell us a little bit what your show is all about? Then we'll jump into In the News and some of the other craziness.
What do you mean? I'm learning from your show. I'm going to copy everything that you do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to learn how the big boys do it here and the big girls, and I'll sort of emulate what you have to say.
What, you've been
So
in radio 27 years.
when you say Santory, I'm part of the Friends, Santorian Friends, Centaurians. So Santory, Sons, and Friends.
Right.
I'm
we got to
blessed
change
that
it. Centurion Friends.
Yes, Centurion
We
Friends.
have
So
to get more shirts.
As long as it never becomes Centurion Foes, then we're going to have a problem.
well, no, I thank you for allowing me to butt in.
Actually, you're always welcome. You know, we're going to be doing the cartoon thing as our intro because we're going on Comcast. And now we're going to have the Jewish Twinkie theme, which will be you.
Oh, Lord.
How did this go?
No, so this
How
is
did
pretty
this
good.
get out
You
of
are
hand?
setting the tone. This has not been done before on this radio station or really anywhere. So you've come to this place and sort of, fluffed your feathers and already starting to set the tone of what radio and television should be.
See, that's the
Amen.
voice. See,
Look at
that's-
that. That was
That's 'cause
perfect.
this guy's been on radio
Oh,
for 20
please.
some odd years. CBS, ABC, NBC, you name it. Every letter involved, he's been there.
I was fortunate enough to meet a man of your caliber to where we can take it to the next level.
Downhill.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Downhill stuff.
So
Anyway.
I'm glad it's a great partnership.
Anyway, we're going to be having some meetings, hopefully, to open up the... I want this guy to do a morning trick in the morning, 7 to 8. And we have a news... we're going to have weather. It's going to be the fake helicopter. Yes. We have a sound effect for that, don't we?
You promised we're getting a real helicopter.
Look at your little toy that makes sense. You
Yeah,
got to line it up.
exactly.
And we're going to have a newscast person. I think we'll use one of the interns to do
So
the
you
weather.
are outshining Beasley. Is that what you're saying? It's going to be the AMP2 TV network, and Beasley is going to be on one of the train cabooses or something like that. They're going to be willing to hang on. AMP2 TV, the locomotive, high-speed locomotive. Look out, coming to a station near you.
Beasley, I didn't say that. He did. Okay, so don't pull the plug on me.
My name is Steve Kane. Steve Kane. Just make sure. Steve Kane. No, Brian Craig. Brian Craig.
And
There
I'm
you go.
on Saturday nights at 6 o'clock. This is a repeat show. Anyway, tonight you can watch us on amp2.tv. I'm hoping that I turn that thing on because Giovanni in Tampa has no internet. He went on the blink, so I had to handle that boy for the first time, and I'm hoping that it's right. One of the interns is there trying his best. So if you can't see us, just call in 888-565-1470. Just give us a holler. You can't see us. You can chat us up. Tonight, boys and girls, we did something different. I decided to use social media, and we took pre-game shots, like pictures of the other shows, because we had 2 shows on before us. And what we did was the interns took pictures and they put captions, and I didn't know that we were on Twitter. The videos are linked up on Twitter, and you clip into them, you tap on it, and you can see all the shows, including yours.
Oh, wow.
Nights
cool.
and day on Wednesday nights, and it's on the Twitter link. And what I want to do is I want everybody to link up to that, so you could do your own thing. Like Enhance NLP could do
Sure.
it, you could do it. And what it is that you got all these followers on Twitter, and you link on there, and you tap it, and you can see it. And it also has a tag capability, which I was taught yesterday by Sarah Harmon. And what they do is anything in night and day, you tag it, entertainment, radio, anything, and you hit those tags.
The
And
hashtags,
it
right?
and it takes you right to the site.
Twitter lingo, Freddie, and I'm
Twitter
really
lingo.
a virgin of Twitter. I'm not good, but I know that it's hashtag.
You know, you are becoming a major network because when I worked for, I'll throw it out, CBS had something almost like what you're talking about. So, see, he is putting together at this little place to make it big, and you have done something, because I remember hearing that in the CBS boardroom when we had our meetings, where most of the time I was being yelled at. But yeah, that's something that they have put together. You are your major network,
Well, that's
AMP2
what
TV.
You got to put all that together so that people know that you're there.
Right.
We're also using other social media sites that combines all of them. So there'll be maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 of them, and everybody gets the show. So the object of the game is for us to be on everybody's page, so they can see us and say, "Boy, that's a goofy show. What the hell? Why would you put that guy on Comcast? Are you out of your mind?" But it's growing in leaps and bounds, and that's today's in the news. All right, what do we got in the news? Anybody have anything today to share from the quiet side of the room? We talk too much, Al.
In the news. We're starting with the news. I thought
What
we're
do you
starting
want?
with trending topics.
Trending topics.
We're
Even
going to
better.
call it trending topics now.
Trending topics.
Yes.
We're not going to talk about the Queen's baby, right?
Oh, God, no.
Well,
Please, no.
The baby with 4 names.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many names?
Uh, 4.
The future king. Future King George. No, let's, well, do we want to talk about Anthony
Yes,
Weiner?
no. Weiner, okay.
Well, let's talk about, but let's take more serious note to
We
it,
started
you know?
to talk about Twinkies. We're back to talking about
The
wieners
wieners.
now. I mean, it all
Exactly.
comes around full circle.
Exactly. He talked about expansion and growing, so that's what we're doing right now.
Expansion and growing. And the
So, question: would you vote for him? Should you vote for
Absolutely
him?
not. The man is a complete moron.
And if he wouldn't have been caught again,
Time out. I always believe that if you get caught, you're a moron. Nixon was the best till he got caught. Then he became a moron. Clinton was the best until he got his pee-pee stuck in the zipper. Another moron. If you get caught, you got to pay. Wiener, see you next.
so what would his sexual preferences have anything to do with his capability as mayor of the city?
It's not the capabilities, it's being caught. If you're going to do something, if you're going to declare war on a country and you get caught doing it, you're useless.
So if you're smart enough and tricky enough not to get caught,
Then you're the man.
Then you're the man.
You're the man.
Absolutely,
I
I agree. We're all going to have skeletons in our closet. They have to remain in your closet so you can conduct yourself in a moral manner, but yet you could be the pervert behind the scenes, behind the curtain, and you just keep it that way. You don't let it be known. So that was the thing. And now he did it once. He got caught. Okay, so you got to hide it a little bit better.
But then he got caught
Not
again.
just his weenie, but the whole concept.
Yeah, but
And
you're
yeah,
caught
he got
again.
caught again. Well, then he's
He's a
stupid. There's a
moron.
difference.
He's got to go. Next.
So what about? Did you feel the same about Clinton?
I never liked Clinton. The only thing I like about Clinton is I used to do mortgages, and he said everybody needs to have a house. So he says, give it away. And I made a lot of money on the Clinton. But when he got caught, you got to understand, you get caught, that's it. Game over. You know, say I did. They were going to impeach this guy. Can you imagine getting impeached because you got your penis stuck in your zipper?
In Europe, they actually, I think, vote more for the candidates if they have this kind of exposure. Well, let me ask you this. What about if it was a woman? What about if it was a woman candidate that was actually sexting or sending out nudie pictures?
I'm all for that.
You're
by
all
the
for
way.
that, huh?
I don't see anything wrong with it.
I think it's America's way.
I love this double standard. So if the woman got caught, she's still okay.
She's okay
She's not stupid.
because she's a woman. You know, in the game, you're the hunter or the hunted, and the hunted gets a pass.
Wait,
Excellent.
Freddie Jr., how old are you?
22.
Okay, so you're old enough to vote. What would be some of the things that you would put down, the reasons why a person, a political stature, all right, you would say what's important? What are the top 3 of a person who's 22 years old to say why you would want to vote for a certain person? What would be some of the things, from honesty to
What do you look for?
what are you looking for? Or he just looks good, you know, and how he presents himself in a speech. What would you say?
Well, one, I would. Well, let's take the Obama
You're oblivion.
Campaign.
Okay.
You know, I think for people my age, I think it was more of what are they going to do for students? What are they going to do for jobs? And I guess the biggest one was healthcare. So those were the top 3 in my book that I would consider a candidate for.
Okay.
You know?
Now, if he's a little crazy behind the scenes, gets himself drunk now and then, but yet he's still able to make it 9 to 5, is that going to be something that varies for someone in your age group? if he can keep in his pants, or I mean, because look, you're at I'm on the downhill slide of my sexual peak. Okay, I'm going to be 50. I'm going to be 50 this year.
Oh my
so
God!
I'm sliding down the slope. You're still coming up it. So somebody, you're 22, right in the peak of happiness. All right.
I don't think, for somebody my age, I don't think it's as big of a deal as the media makes it out to be, and older people, because it's you grow up in a generation where sex sells now. Bingo. And I feel that it's not as surprising for my generation to see something like this wiener guy showing his wiener. So no, it doesn't really affect.
It actually builds rapport with you. Like
No,
you guys,
not builds rapport, but
I feel at home.
Active.
Yeah,
exactly. He's got something. He's got a lot of energy.
I feel like it's not as important to. I think we make fun of it more. I think we find that it's humorous, but I really
because
don't.
his name is not Smith. Yeah, exactly.
But it's just him getting caught doing that, and there's Bill Clinton. A lot of kids my age, they find it's funny that he got caught, but. It's not as a big of a deal as
long as he does a damn good job shuffling the papers in the House or the Senate or wherever. Or now, what is this, Mayor of New York, right?
Who?
He's running for mayor.
Yeah.
Right.
Now let me ask you this: What about in reference to like family unit, like the fact, what he did? Many kids are doing it, many people are doing it on a daily. We talk about this all the time, but the fact that he is married and that it is a form of infidelity of what he's doing. We don't know how far it went.
Well, I gotta answer to that question.
Sure.
What if somebody took his wife out on a date without him knowing about it, and then purposely told the whole world, "Hey, guess what? She went on a date." Would she be wrong?
Yes.
Would it be the wrong thing to do?
If she was running for mayor of New York, then
wife.
yeah, but she's his wife. I mean,
can she say, "Listen, this is our relationship. It's open."
No.
An open relationship, that would be a whole other thing.
He shows his wiener and she shows her wiener.
Okay, so then you come out and you announce that you've got an open relationship. I mean, swingers have been going around for years, and it's a whole community. But as far as politics goes,
as far as my generation goes, I think it's not as big of an. It's not, it's distasteful, but at the same time, we don't make a big deal about it. It happened. We laugh about it. We get over it.
So it doesn't affect, let's say, his judgment on things if he's not able to keep this in his.
Well, I think the only thing we don't like is that it got negative attention, and maybe we'll take a second thought about it. But I don't see it really. If it's him or someone else, I think we just really look at the views of what he is running for.
Do you think it would have changed if it was another man that he was doing it? Sending
that's
it Texas?
possible, yeah.
Okay, in your generation, huh?
Why?
I was asking to say.
I think it'd be for everyone though. It would change it.
Okay, some of the religious groups that are out there that put somebody into office because they have the whole congregation voting for him. The same thing with the minorities. What are you talking about?
So
how do you think Obama got into to the presidency?
How he got it?
Yeah, because he had everybody, Let's go back. Let's have the dream sound effect with the harp. Back in the day in high school, okay? If you hit one, and this is not going to sound racist, but if you hit one Caucasian or white kid, all right? That's fine. Everybody's going to scatter. You just hit the one kid. Now tell me, you're out of high school, right? You're in college. But let's say, for instance, if you hit a black kid, don't 2 or 3 then come and help him?
Yeah.
That's the same thing that you're going to have with...
No.
What?
First of all, if anybody hit me in school, you're going to get beat up by a lot of Latinos.
Last name is Santory.
A lot of Latinos.
I had all sorts of people, but I'll tell you...
I think it just depends on the person, though, too. If he's well-liked, he has a strong group of friends, I think his friends would help out. It all depends. I mean, those are stereotypes, and you see that in a lot of TV shows and movies that, the white kid gets beat up, nobody helps him because he's the nerdy white kid. But, that's just stereotypes. But I think...
Going back to what we were talking about before in reference to the whole family thing, and I find it really interesting because I think if you'd ask someone Freddie's age 30 years ago or 25 years ago in reference to something like this happening, I think the effect of the image and damage to the family unit would be primary as opposed to now. And I think that shows our society as a whole as how we view family unit, in reference to divorce, in reference to so many different kinds of family lifestyles. I think that's a prime example that, kids are not looking for that as examples.
Well, what about
in politics?
What's her name from Alaska?
Sarah Palin.
She had the whole family issue. Her daughter was pregnant out of wedlock or something like that, and the media grabbed attention for it. But she twisted it in a positive light.
Yeah.
My generation didn't really even. Didn't flinch at that because it happens every day.
Yeah, but Palin said Alaska was a country. I mean,
Okay, that's
let's
what.
not go
Okay,
there.
No, but no,
That's the
I understand
point.
where you're coming
Yeah.
from because we grew up on what was it? Leave It to Beaver. Everybody
Right.
ate dinner together,
How
things
old
like
are you?
that.
I hope I don't leave it to Beaver.
Well, I met Jerry
I came with
Mathers.
Jeannie, maybe. I leave it to Beaver.
Brady Bunch.
Okay, but you had the family unit. Everybody ate together, passed the salad, you know,
Right.
eat the meatloaf. They don't have that today.
Right.
No,
They did
but
that in your house?
we have 16
No,
and pregnant
they
on
didn't do my
TV.
house
I mean,
either.
Exactly. They've got 16 and pregnant on
it
TV.
doesn't. It's like we're
different generation.
desensitized
Listen,
to
that's
certain
right.
subjects that in your generation.
This Wiener is a reality show waiting to happen. I'm sorry. That's what we live on. We live on reality shows. That's what I was watching Gator Boys yesterday. Are you kidding me?
Well, why are you watching it?
Because
Turn
it's
it
the
off.
number one watch show. The
Well,
numbers
change
just
it.
came out. But that's not the point. This Wiener guy, this is a reality show waiting to happen. So if he doesn't become the mayor, he's going to be the biggest thing on television.
Absolutely. And what kills me the most, what cracks me up, is his wife. How she just stands beside him.
Well,
and
she has to.
just
She
with a
tries
smile
to
on
have
her
to
face.
keep a political, positive light because if she goes out and says how
It's all
horrible he
about
is,
the
he
money.
won't get elected.
It's all about the money. She's standing around.
She's
phony.
trying to
Ticket
keep the family
punch.
image in a
Well,
great
Hillary
way.
did the same, did she
What
not?
about
Yes.
the mayor of Chicago? They got elected in. He was buying crack, and they had it on video. And he's like, "Give me another hit, man."
I think it was in Toronto.
no, it was in Chicago, and
I
he
think
won.
that just happened in Toronto also.
That's right.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
We're a fickle
Oh,
society.
wasn't
You
Washington.
forget it.
Wasn't
It's a fickle society. We will forget. You just say you're sorry and go on.
Exactly.
It's all about.
And then you got to try to find a bigger story to eclipse your
Yeah.
story, and that's it. You're fine.
Listen, if Hillary Clinton wins the presidency and they find out that she's gay or has had an affair, they're gonna love her more. They're gonna love her more. We love junk. We eat it, we drive it, we buy it. We love junk. We love things that are upside down. We don't do anything traditional anymore. We don't make nothing in this country. We buy from China. And then we say, why are the Chinese buying everything from us? They're taking over the world. But we're the ones buying it.
That's
I
right.
mean, what's going
You
on?
ever see the little American flags that you're waving? You ever see on the
Made in
corner?
China.
Made in China.
Well, that's because they do make them in America, but they're like 50%
More expensive.
more expensive than the
Ironically,
ones made in China.
But look at the chopsticks. They're made in the USA. You ever see the sign?
Well, that's because
On the
they're
side
two
of the
pieces of
box.
wood that they just
And
sharpen
the
down.
fortune cookies.
But
I have a thing about fortune cookies. Those aren't really fortunes, okay? Some of them are just logical statements.
This is what I mean.
I hate
We
those.
buy-
I love the
we
ones
I
with
think I can make
typos.
better. I
Well,
think
if
I
you
can
eat
make
enough of
better
those, your
fortune cookies.
really comes true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They
that's
make
it.
X-rated ones, you know.
It's a one.
You would know that.
At which restaurant, Alan?
Jesus.
Yeah, what restaurant are you going
It
to?
was on the restaurant. It's where they have a lot of DVDs.
It's in the back
And they
room
sell
of the
fortune
pizzeria.
cookies.
I saw Wiener there.
Lots of them.
I'm sorry, I was in the wrong section.
I was looking for Mary Poppins. No,
my
but the bottom line, that's good. That's good. The bottom line here is that we buy junk. We like junk. We like stuff that people get caught because we make fun of it. But when do we take ourselves seriously? You know when you take yourself seriously? When a baseball player goes to your hometown. When LeBron James comes to Florida, that's big news. Okay? But something important like Wiener shouldn't be allowed to run for politics. The guy's a mess.
Oh, wait, okay, you brought up a good point then. We'll go back to Freddie Jr. If LeBron James or somebody of his caliber, all right, a major sports figure, if he was caught playing with himself or
Okay,
exposed, would that make a difference?
I got
would that make a difference
better
then?
example. Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
He got the sex scandal.
Right.
It tarnished his image for years because he even changed his number. Like he just had to reinvent himself, and he had to gain the public's trust back. I think with time, all pain heals. So, Kobe Bryant's a great example where he had a horrible reputation for a couple years, and then everyone said, he's still a great basketball player. Just because he did that, and they're giving him a second chance, and people love Kobe Bryant still.
Do you think it really affected him so much? I mean,
It did.
I
I think
think
it
that
affected
most
him.
athletes, I think it's a well-known fact that, the amount of infidelity and cheating and scandals
Well, no,
that go
he-
on within athletes because they're traveling so much and they're always on the road. I think it's less shocking to hear something like that than whether it be. I mean, let's face it, politicians. Yeah, they're expected to be doing this stuff
Well,
too.
politicians have
but-
to be in a better, more respectable light because they have public views that they have to represent. You know,
let's take it a
LeBron
step
James
more.
doesn't have to take. He doesn't have the public saying, he's not representing their opinion. These politicians are, and that's why people get upset when politicians do something like this.
But people will
because
vote
it's-
more for LeBron James than
Oh
they
yeah,
will for
and then
politicians.
one day there's going to be an entertainer that becomes president because he's just popular and it's just a popular vote. So.
Look at Chris Brown. I mean, we're talking about beating up a woman. Okay, so that's not just
How
infidelity.
many has he done?
I
Did he
mean,
beat up the one
He just beat up
before?
Rihanna. That's-
And what about, wasn't he with Whitney Houston and beat her up a little bit?
I don't think so.
No.
He
This
guy
was
beat
probably
up
like
everybody.
5 years old when Whitney Houston was
Yeah.
around.
Listen, I got a good one that I heard. Holly Meredith's show, I was producing that, and I found out that the Cubans are drilling for oil off the coast of Florida.
So is China.
Time out. And it's China, France, and Spain that is funding it. Because the Obama administration, like every other president, doesn't want to use any oil in this country. But what do? They're going to put a pipe to take oil off of the coast of the United States. Now, that's corrupt. So what we should do is go in there and drill just to teach them a lesson, correct?
They're going to resell it to us.
Of course.
Yeah,
we're gonna
exactly.
pay to get it out and then buy it.
I think exactly. It's exactly that. They don't want to spend the cost to actually drill, and they want to keep it, because drilling offshore and destroying the ecosystem is, touchy subject. So they're gonna let them do it, and they're gonna buy it from them, and everyone,
it's just
it's just gonna get swept under the rug like everything else.
It's like I tell you, we don't do nothing normal in this country anymore. Everything
Then maybe
we do
Wiener should be in. If you don't
Exactly.
do anything normal, then he's fine. I mean, he's at least thinking outside the box because he has stuff outside his pants. Why
And watch,
not?
his campaign will be show the stick and win the election. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Oh, I
already.
like that. Okay, yes, you have to have some sort of line.
When the election.
Okay.
Okay,
Do you,
well,
wait, I can see now. Do you measure up? Vote for me.
When they're walking down the streets campaigning, it's just the stick. There's no like sign attached to it. It's just.
Very
you can do
good.
stick figures and then you win the election. Your shirt would be a stick figure.
I think you should run for politics, Freddie.
I think I should.
I
Me
think so.
and
What's your slogan gonna be?
show you stick and win the
Freddie
election.
fixes it all.
Or mine? I don't know. I gotta think about it.
Freddie Fix It is perfectly
'Cause
good. What was
all you-
Obama's change? You want
Oh,
change?
yes, or
So
yes,
Freddie
we
Fix
can.
It.
Yeah, I mean,
It'd be
Fix
Biz
it.
break it down, vice president. She breaks it, I fix it. There you go. There you go. And we go out for election. All right. What else we got? Enough with
What
the
else we
wiener
got?
boy.
The only other thing that I found quite interesting on a social level is Amanda Berry, the girl that was kidnapped, that they found.
In Cleveland.
Yes, that's right, with the other two women. So her first public appearance was at a Nelly concert. Nelly brought her up on stage, and I'm thinking, wow, that's quite interesting. Like, wouldn't you think of a different
Yeah, like
venue
like
to make your
Bellevue
first public
Hospital for the
appearance?
mentally impaired.
well, she's a
Exact-
huge Nelly fan. I don't see anything wrong with that.
This
I
chick
mean-
was in captivity for 20 some odd years,
No, like
wasn't
10
she?
years.
10.
That was like
10
10
years.
years.
Only 10, but
Yeah.
It
They
was
put
after
you
the
in a
Nelly
concert
In dog
for
years,
10
maybe
years.
20
You're gonna,
years,
first
10.
thing you want to go do is see a Nelly concert? No, you're gonna be whacked out of your brain.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she's got people that are helping her, and people I'm sure has a manager already or something in reference to publicity. And you would think that
Alan?
she could be more
A better
inspirational.
A-list celebrity, you think?
Not a celebrity,
Let's put her on the
but
show.
how about an event with like about domestic violence, about abuse, about
Well, no, she's
something
been
of
in
that
captivity.
nature,
She's been in
God
captivity
forbid.
for 10 years.
Nelly concert.
Exactly. She went to go have some fun.
Oh, are you kidding? I would want to stay farther away. I'm not going to do any personal appearances on Let's Make the World a Better Place. I just want to enjoy it. I've lost
Exactly.
10 years of my life.
Now listen,
But
you're
Nelly,
right in that
I mean,
aspect.
she should have went somewhere.
Hey,
Maybe she was a big
Baskin-Robbins
Nelly fan before.
Makes
and so-
31 flavors. Everybody has a different taste. Are you kidding?
So what do you want to take her to buy ice cream?
No.
Is that what you want?
Okay. What kind of concert would you go to?
I would have her call the Freddie Fixer Show.
Oh, there you go.
And
Freddie-
come
yeah,
in
that's
here,
right, come
and
here
then
and
we
we'll-
can sit down and talk about what she wants to do. I don't care where she wants to go. But do you think she's all there? And then I heard this guy was getting a plea bargain, so instead of 300 years, he's going to serve 150.
No, what are you talking about? He pled guilty and he got life plus like 1,000 years. It was
Yeah,
to
so-
save him for the death
They'll
death
take him
sentence.
out in a box. That's how he's going to get out of jail.
And the other two clowns didn't get anything, right? It's just the one guy.
I don't think so. Yeah, I haven't heard anything
Now,
about them getting them.
how is there justice there?
He took the rap for it.
I guess they claim that they didn't know about it. I mean, of course,
They
how
didn't
can
know
you
about it for
not
10
know
years?
that there's, 3
Well,
women
the only thing
and a child?
What would have to happen is that she would have to say no. They knew about it, and they go
They
like
didn't
that.
want to have her go through a horrible trial and
Yeah.
bring it all up. Just, put it away. They'll put him away, and that's it. Just let it go. And how are you going to justify it? Torture the man?
Yes.
I mean, that's what
Yeah.
you... Yeah, okay.
Can we do a
So
little
now
of
our
that?
tax
Bring back
dollars.
the barbaric things.
Can we do a little? Why not?
What do you mean? What do you mean tax dollars?
I
I could get somebody to do it for free.
No, I was going to say
I'll
now.
do it for free.
No, I was going to say
Freddie
now
Jr.
our tax dollars are going to feed him
Yeah, no,
and keep him bathed
I mean-
and give him like a gym so that he can
Well,
work
the
out
thing
in
is,
for the next.
the thing is, I don't know if he's
40
going
years.
into regular jail, not celebrity jail. If he goes there, he's going to be
not gonna
he's
make it
gonna
anyway.
he's gonna be beat up and
Yeah, you're gonna let
Hopefully.
you're gonna let real justice take over. When you say- when you do the
in
pop.
prisons they don't
General
like
pop.
child molesters.
Oh, I
or
know that.
kidnapping.
I know that.
He'll be
Yeah.
cut in
He'll be
prison.
taken
Okay.
care
Yeah.
of.
What do they-
Yeah.
what do they
Whether
call
it's
those? A
whether it's the
shank.
police officers in there or whether it's the other
Yeah.
criminals in there, he's going to be taken care of.
Yeah,
So
that'll be,
Justice will prevail.
will prevail.
There
yeah.
will be
Okay.
justice.
Okay.
Okay, we need to. We're running out of time. We got to do our
Already?
little awkward moments
wow, it's 7:30.
segment.
Yeah, let's do awkward moments.
Yeah, we got to do
Oh,
like
oh,
what
yeah,
would
is
you
this
a
do?
bit? Oh, no.
It's a bit.
Yeah, it's our bit. So
Okay.
What
talk
do we got?
about different awkward moments on how you would handle it. So let's talk about Facebook and business and professionalism.
we could also talk about if you were in Wiener's position.
If you're in Wiener's
That's an awkward
Is it
position.
a
What
fetal
specific position? Exactly, Alan. Put it here. Put it here. We're on the same page here.
Now we're losing control of the show.
It's nice meeting you.
This is the Jewish connection. This is what I'm about. This Jewish Twinkie.
Okay, so no, seriously.
Let's do the Facebook because
Okay,
enough with Wiener.
Facebook thing. So let's say you meet someone professionally,
Yeah.
right? And then they send you a request as friends on Facebook. Do you accept?
Yeah.
What if-
Otherwise, you can't message them and do anything business-wise.
I mean, they've got your email address. They've got your business
Man,
card.
woman. Man,
Yeah,
man,
but
woman.
Man,
We're-
woman, one.
I
doesn't make a
think
difference.
you do because we're in a society with social media. We all want Twitter followers. And by the way, FJ Santory, for those who are listening, there's a little plug-in for me.
He's marketing himself already.
But everyone loves social media and like my pictures on Facebook.
You need
Retweet
fans.
you want
Yeah,
fans.
but I think
Everybody
it-
wants
In
to
our
be
profession,
famous.
You need fans.
I think it
Maybe in a
depends what
different
you use Facebook for.
Yeah,
What you're
well,
posting on Facebook. If you're
okay.
putting on a lot of personal things that
yeah,
you wouldn't want
that's the
represented,
difference.
then
Like what personal thing?
I mean, some people post personal
don't
things
do
about what
that.
they do in their private lives when
why
they're
would
going
you,
out.
Okay, I don't understand that concept at all. Why would you post anything private?
I mean, just going out for dinner with friends at a
I
restaurant
don't
or
do
having
that.
drinks.
I know some people that
No.
do that. I don't do that.
That's
I don't either.
That's
I don't post
dangerous.
anything.
Okay.
When I become a superstar, you think I'm gonna let them know I'm in like Costco?
Okay. What about pictures of your children or your family members that you
Absolutely
have
not.
on
They
there?
don't even want anybody to know I have
There you go.
children.
Huh?
Well, except
Unfortunately, this meathead is here.
And how about this? Let's say you meet someone of the opposite sex at a professional networking event. Okay? And then you come home, you open up your Facebook, and they've sent you a message on Facebook. Is that
what kind of
flirting?
message?
Is that? I mean, it could just be
She
like,
went to a party
"Hey, it
with
was nice
Wiener."
meeting." Yeah. If it was Wiener, I know that I would have to like reject. But if it was someone that just said, "Hey, it was great meeting you at the so and so event,"
Okay.
Okay.
does that mean that they're flirting with you because it's the opposite sex and they've done it through Facebook?
Okay, so that means that if a guy did that, like I met Cal Miller and he said to me, "Hey, Freddie, I really had a great time meeting you today. We're gonna do business in the future. Should I feel, oh, this guy's hitting on
Opposite
me?"
sex.
What about-
Opposite sex.
But it's the same thing. It isn't flirtatious. It's business.
Yeah, but
If-
they can send an email if it's business.
It depends on how good looking the girl is.
Right? Exactly.
That
You
was
see,
my
that-
question.
This is the thing.
I'm sorry.
What does
Well,
she
then,
look like?
You see, now,
Okay.
now, if Alan Knight, and I hope that Bridget Day is hearing this.
No, she's at the bar.
That's what he says. If
She's
somebody
eating a
sends-
Twinkie right
if
now.
If somebody sends him a message, then probably he would take it the wrong way. To me, ugly, pretty,
No,
everything in between, if they want to do business and there's something for us to get a fan, I don't care. It doesn't
Well,
make a
it
difference.
also comes down to, is your Facebook or Twitter, is it a personal site or
page.
a private one?
Well,
Because
I think most people
have one or two. Depends on their profession.
I've seen people that, I mean, I use it mostly for professional, but I do have some personal things on there. And I do see that other people are the same way, that they have stuff with their family and pictures.
We got a question.
Okay, go
What
for it.
about you? If you meet somebody in the mix and they go, hey.
If me personally,
break
the
it
way that I
down.
would represent it,
Yeah, so
if I met
listen.
a guy at
Yeah.
someone of the opposite sex at a networking
Well, a guy
event,
would be the opposite sex, yes.
if they would send me simply a friend request, I wouldn't necessarily think that that was flirting. But if they would send me an actual message like, "Hey, it was great meeting you," I would tend to think that there may be something underlying there, that they could have
Really?
just sent me a message on my email if it was strictly professional.
So if somebody wanted to be a friend with you, they would have to pass a test, or
Absolutely.
Is it a
Are you
written
kidding me? I'm
exam?
very
Written
careful of
exam.
who I
It's either
accept.
You put it in the flirtatious column, or you put it in the friendship.
No, asking for friendship is one thing. Sending
That's
a
a-
personal message.
Maybe we have something here. Maybe we should contact Facebook and put a
Friendship
a flirtation button. We are sending
they have
a request.
pokes.
No,
You
okay.
get poked.
My son pokes me.
No, I don't. Oh wow!
That did not
Whoa,
sound good.
He's talking
At
about the other
all.
son because I don't poke him.
No, I mean in Facebook, poking with the finger
I
thing
don't
and
poke
everything.
people on Facebook. I'm
What's
sorry.
even you? It's
Okay.
Giovanni
Who
poking.
does that anyway anymore?
No,
I
I'm saying
know
like
about
you know
it.
how like you can say Facebook now does like when you send a request, it says, do you know this person? Are you friend? Like how long have you known them? They give you like they want to know more about you. Facebook wants to know. So what if they let you have an option where when you send the request, you can say, yes, I'm flirting with you. No, this is just business. You know.
They should do that on LinkedIn. You know how they say like, how do you know this person? Colleague, friend,
Yeah,
business.
that's what they do now.
minute.
Flirted at a
If-
bar.
If you're
Yeah.
on social media, if you're on Facebook
Acquaintance
or,
one night,
or
yeah.
Twitter or anything like that where you linked up, I mean the likes. Why should I like your page? I like your page because you're selling something, right? But if you're there selling your picture and I like, then that would be a different message.
Well, that's
But
what
the
I'm saying.
message
Is it
began
considered
with the
flirting?
picture. It didn't begin with me answering
Now,
it.
liking things on Facebook, it's tricky because how do you know when to like something? You know, if it's flirtatious or you actually
there's
like
too
the
many
thing.
classifications. I would just send you an email.
Just
A personal email. I have a personal email and a business email.
Right.
We're not going to mess this up with 20 questions that I'm going to send you out that this is a classification. No,
Hey,
because
Twinkie boy, wait a minute, Twinkie boy, you're gonna get yourself in trouble here. You're an engaged, getting to get
Yeah.
married guy. You don't have emails or anything. You done.
she could trust
You
me.
are
I
done.
trust her. What? When I get married, my life is over?
Oh, absolutely. My condolences.
Okay.
No more
No.
poking on Facebook
No
for
more
you,
poking on
Alan.
Facebook.
No, I don't know what that poking thing is. I just signed. I mean, the only time
You
I
don't?
think of
Then
poking.
you have a few lessons to learn before you get married.
No,
if you
remember
don't
the
know what it
pills-
is.
NLP will teach you. They
No,
communicate.
we were talking about that. Remember the Pillsbury Doughboy? You poke him in the belly.
And he goes,
That's
right.
what I think of poking. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking
It's
about
a
at
little
first.
bit further
Well, no,
south.
you can.
Oh.
you can
Oh,
send.
poking has a sexual connotation.
Come on.
No.
How come they're the ones that are taking this so
Yeah,
nasty?
it's not even
and
for
we're
you
talking
guys.
about a very serious subject. Freddie Jr. here.
I don't poke people.
He's the most conservative. Freddie Jr. is the most conservative and well.
That's right. He only pokes himself.
He is reserved and taking on a decorum more than the three of us.
Absolutely, I
When
agree.
I
Skinny
was
little
22,
kids.
I could never be this way.
Oh,
when I
my
was 22, I
God.
could never be that way.
You're raised
agree.
mature.
I don't know
Son,
this guy.
how the
I'm
hell did
raising
it
him. What are you
happen?
And with all this ranting, I still haven't gotten my answer. So if
Well, you better
someone
hurry
does
up because
it,
we're coming down to
I'm
the
waiting
quarter
for the
to one.
answer. It's up to you.
What is
Would
it?
it be considered
No.
flirting if they send me a
Absolutely
message
not.
on Facebook and it's
Absolutely
a
not.
personal it's
Absolutely
a personal
not.
Facebook
Meet the
page?
guy, go on a date, have fun.
Just
Go on a date,
Just
then it's
text
personal.
him.
It's flirting.
No, if you make it that way.
Well, and also, I raised a question. Is your Facebook page private or is it public to everyone? Because if
It's
it's
public.
private, if it's private and they send you a message, that would be a little bit more. They're trying to see your page. They want to know a little bit more about you. I would consider that a little bit more flirting because it's private. Now, if it's public and they can see like you're in a relationship, you're married, all this, they might not send the request because they know,
It's so dangerous. People have gotten fired over what they
Yeah.
posted
Sure.
on Facebook.
Absolutely.
So it is going to be something to do. I'm sure it has caused relationships, divorces, and things like that.
relationships. But they also do for jobs like.
Oh, they'll check your
They-
Facebook.
they check your Facebook.
Immigration does also.
When I was sending out my resume, when people were telling me delete your Facebook or take off everything that
doesn't look good.
doesn't look good.
They put
Now-
fake pictures of you like studying
now,
and doing
like personally, I've never posted any any pictures on my Facebook. All the pictures on my Facebook are me being tagged, so I don't go through them.
Fully clothed, I
fully,
imagine.
well,
Okay.
sometimes. But
I also around our community naked.
that I only do it. That's a live thing.
Have you seen this person?
another stick figure.
Oh my goodness.
But the bottom line here is, I don't take myself that seriously. I'm looking for fans and people to generate interest for my clients. I want 1 million people to watch his show.
But yeah,
watch our show.
that's your professional
That's the way I look
thing.
at it. It never dawned on me that when I send a message, do you want to be in a commercial, or do you want to do a commercial? Do you want to meet somebody that we
So
work
it's back to how you use it.
Yes, how you use
listen,
it.
my best friend is with the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Department. He's a homicide detective, and he actually goes on Facebook to find out about somebody that he's investigating.
Well, sure.
That's just a piece of the puzzle.
It really is. Facebook nowadays is, it's like basically getting someone's social security card, credit card number. You can find out everything. Well, not everything, but you can find out their life story on Facebook because everybody posts everything they're doing at the exact moment they're doing it. And yeah, it's just that I think people in the CIA, they look up people. You know how you can Google people? They use Facebook to look up people.
Well,
now,
I'll tell you a secret. When I was coaching Freddie's football team in Tampa, just to show you how diabolical the human mind can be, they used to write on Facebook. No, it wasn't Facebook in those days. It was the other social media about who was doing what and who was dating who. And I used to find out all sorts of junk on the football team from what they were posting.
MySpace.
MySpace.
I
I used to talk to the head coach and say, "Come here, let me show you." And we used to bust so many guys doing the wrong thing.
So Freddie Fix-It used to be the TMZ of the of the past. He started really bad.
Well, we only had 16 players, so we couldn't afford to lose players. But we cut a few guys that really went on to be maniacs. And and I found out the information through MySpace.
Wow, I wish the NFL would do that.
The NFL don't have to do that. They arrested 3 more guys last week. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I guess private eyes don't have
They're
to
losing
leave.
their jobs now because anybody can be a
If
private
you want
eye.
to find out about somebody, you don't have to go around,
Yeah, you can do it yourself now.
Exactly, you can do it right on the computer. You don't have to leave your house.
That's right.
Look at
And
that.
that's why we have Twinkies that look like Jesus. Anyway, Kevin Michael Schmitz is supposed to be calling in. I do not have a number for him. He's an international fashion photographer. His website is www.kevinschmitz.com. That's SCHMITZ. The reason I bring that up is because August 10th, and we're about at that time, August 10th, Global Business is having their show up in West Palm Beach, and he was our guest speaker tonight. Maybe he's on the phone. Maybe we get him in, but he's supposed to be the guest speaker tonight.
Why don't you give out the number so maybe he can call in if he's listening?
And, well, if you're listening, the number is 888-565-1470. My son Freddie J doesn't realize he has a mic in front of his mouth, so he could have done that. But ask him to poke in Facebook.
Well, I'm not the one poking people there.
Unbelievable. But anyway, so I guess if he doesn't call in, then we keep going. We got
we keep going
15
with our-
minutes.
with our
888-565-1470.
Yeah, exactly. We're having one right now.
We're having many. But, it's really, how come, do you find that people are being flirtatious with you on Facebook?
In some situations, yeah. Like I said, I think that the people that I find that aren't being flirtatious, that really want to talk business with me, will shoot me an email and say, "It was great meeting you. How about we
Okay.
set up a time?" If they send it to me on Facebook,
I got
it's
another
completely
question
different.
for you. If you had no pictures of who you were, just you, who you are, and people wanted to do business, would it still be the same feeling?
If I had met them personally first,
No. You didn't meet them at all, but they want to do business with you on Facebook, but there's no picture of you.
if they wanted to, how did they find out about me? This is the question.
Well,
Because
you
I
went
brought up a
enhanced NLP,
specific
you're there.
situation.
They would have to Google you on your
They see that
website.
you're on Enhanced NLP.
And there's
Then
probably
that
a
would be
bio
different.
on you somewhere.
So
yeah,
you
it would be
wouldn't
different.
feel that they want anything but
No.
business because there's no picture. So it's the picture.
I would have.
So if you put an ugly picture of you,
No.
Okay, so-
I said specifically if you meet the person first
No,
at
I
a
understand,
networking
but
event.
I'm
So it's
changing
different.
it.
So
We've
you're changing it.
moved on.
Okay, so if you change it, no, I would have no idea to be able to judge any kind of intention, and I'd have to just see what message they're sending me.
Okay, what about you meet somebody at this networking event, and if there was no Facebook back, when you guys
In the day when we were
back
young,
in the
yes.
day,
When
what
we
would
were
you do
We would go
to
down
find
to the
out a little bit
pond.
more about your competition or somebody you want to do business with? What would you do? You would call them, or you set up a meeting, right?
I think back then it would be more of if they're calling me at office or if they're calling me at home.
Well,
if I
no,
get
but
a message
that's
on my
what
home
that's what I'm trying
answering
to say.
machine, or
Facebook
if
now
I'm
everyone has one, so them trying to reach out to you, that's them trying to figure out a little bit more about you. You know, because you can look up their bio, what they do. They want to see what kind of person you are. Maybe they want to do business with you. But if you're like the Wiener character and you have your Wiener on Facebook, then they might not do business with you, or they might. I don't know.
Right.
So
different story.
Facebook is a touchy subject. I think sending a message to someone, you know, hey, I just saw you, you know, I just want to get to know you a little bit better. Maybe I have something that might interest you in business-wise. If they say that, then I obviously they're not trying to flirt with you, but
Even though it's on Facebook.
even though
They're not sending me an
because I
email
think
to my email
Facebook's just
address.
another way that you do business now because it's
and
so
if they
big.
do flirt with you, you still have the option of saying, you know, I'm flattered, thank you, but no.
Yeah, the person who's receiving the message has it in their court
The ball.
to change to change the whole complexity of the situation.
There we
In
go.
other
Now
words,
we're talking about communication
you're being
skills. That's what we're
served. You're
talking
being
about.
served a ball. Let's say in
Yeah.
tennis, and you have the chance of either
Returning
swinging and
it?
missing. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to think of analogies.
So
right?
they could be
That's the racket.
they could be flirting, and at the same time they could be like testing the water, seeing what you would say, and if you know they get business out of it or they get business out of it. Then
It's good to know that Liz would never go to a mixer and then write to the person, it was nice meeting you.
well, I wouldn't assume that a
Liz
woman
wouldn't
would
do that, right?
would do
That
that
I
anyway.
wouldn't go
though.
to a mixer.
You go to
and
the
say-
mixer and you wouldn't Facebook the person you met at the mixer and say it was
No.
nice meeting you.
No,
You
I
would never
wouldn't-
do that.
I don't
Yeah, I
like
wouldn't do
rules,
that.
But I
Rule.
don't. I think that's also. I
Many
don't think
rules.
women would go out and
Liz
There
the
are-
rule Becker.
It's the opposite. There are no rules.
I don't think the woman would initiate that anyway. I think it would be more of a man doing that. If
Yeah, it's usually more the men. That's why I brought up the situation
yeah,
because you know what?
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I don't think any man would be insulted or disappointed. He'd actually
No.
be quite pleased if a woman would, you know, send him some kind of message that sounded
There's
flirtatious.
even a website that has you rate how they look. Have you seen that
Yes,
particular
yes.
one? And people
used to
just
belong
send
to
in
it.
any pictures.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
you
1
want.
through 10.
And it's all, there's no naked pictures or anything like that, but it's just how they look, 1 to 10, based upon the picture, and that's it. And
Well,
of
isn't that how
course-
Facebook started? I mean, it was basically
it was.
that
Is
when
that
they
how-
started in college
they
students.
used Harvard as a.
Do you know
But
that
they
I used to
rated
be a
girls.
member to
They
that
rated
site?
girls, yeah.
Really?
And the
Many,
website
many, many,
it
many
crashed.
And you know, you have to put a picture up to join the site. If you don't put a picture up, you can't join the site. When I first joined, so you know what I did? I made a picture
A
of a
stick
stick
figure.
person.
Oh, see, that's cute. Well, there's some psychics who will put up a picture for like 20 years ago, and that's their publicity picture in order
Most
to get
radio
more.
people do that.
Oh, they
I
do it
saw
all the
yours.
time.
You look like you're 12.
I don't have one like that.
I seen it.
Where?
Well,
I don't know
saw it.
where.
I remember
but
seeing
please, it's
I
only
said,
because
that's Alan what?
years ago.
Well, you ever see the business cards with the people's picture on, and they give it to you, and you go,
Real
"Is
estate
that
people."
you?" Yeah, that was me when I first made the cards 20 years ago. You know, use
I
a
haven't
different
run
picture.
out yet.
Yeah.
And how about
I
this?
haven't
How about
run out
forget about Facebook? How about you meet somebody and they on your business card you have your cell phone number on there too. You have your office number and your cell phone number.
What's wrong with that?
And no, there's nothing wrong with that. But right after you meet this person, the opposite sex, at an event, you get a text message from them, direct text message.
I think texting is fine because
What's that?
some
That's
people
how I
feel more
met-
comfortable.
That's how I met my fiance.
Oh,
I
okay.
started a text message, and then of course it got to be a little, sexting.
Sexting. Oh, so he doesn't know how to poke, but he knows how to sext.
Oh, so you started poking.
Was that it?
Yeah,
I
that's
was
the
doing
text
something I
poking.
didn't know I was doing.
You started sexting.
Sexting.
But the
Sexting.
bottom line is, if you send somebody a message, and you because you met them at a mixer and you say, it was nice meeting you, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Okay, would you, if you met somebody, a female, at an event, and then there was some kind of business that you wanted to do with her, and you had her card,
Right.
and it said office number, cell number, which one would you call
I
first?
call the office number.
Okay, so
When that doesn't work, then I call the cell number.
Or-
When that
well,
doesn't
time
work,
out,
how
time
bad
out.
do I want
I
the
think the
business?
stalkers do the same thing.
yeah, right.
She said I wanted the
don't,
business.
I don't know because now if you do call the office, it also depends on what time you're calling
Right.
and what you're calling for. I think personally, if you call the cell number, you get a direct line to that person. You'll get a direct answer. So if you're trying to do business and you want to be
And
quick
what
about
happens
it,
if your boyfriend or girlfriend, fiance would see who's calling you at this?
well, yeah, but you got to be professional about it if that's what your intent is. If they're calling you at 9 o'clock at
intent.
night and you're saying,
Intent.
It's all about intent, but that's
Yeah.
the whole thing about communication.
Just like,
is
you know,
understanding
just-
someone's content.
Just like a murder, it's okay. You have murder of forethought and things like that. The
Yep.
same thing here of what's your intentions.
Well, I'm beginning to feel that this side of the room has conspiracy.
Conspiracy theories.
All the time. It's a conspiracy.
No wonder it's hard to meet people. There's no rules.
There's no
Everybody's
rules.
got their own
Exactly.
What the hell are you going to meet? You're engaged.
Well, we made a
I'm
rule.
not talking about me. I'm talking
What are you
about
talking about? Him?
Okay, yes.
He meets more people.
Where do you meet? Where do you meet people today?
Everywhere. You meet people.
Anywhere. He never takes off that
So
shirt.
he's collecting business cards. Is that
Okay,
what you're saying? And
I give
networking
out
events.
business
We
cards.
talked about this last week. He meets a lot of women because of his father. His father is handing out his
Oh,
phone number
okay.
everywhere.
I think there's not a restaurant in Boca that has never had my
Wait, am I
number.
allowed to share the story that I heard? Was that with Freddie Jr.?
Uh-oh.
Sorry,
What
sorry.
kind
The
of story?
I've been to Tampa.
No.
Oh, now someone's getting into trouble.
Your 18th birthday.
Okay. Was it
Oh,
his
we're not
18th
going to
birthday?
talk about that.
Yes, his 18th birthday.
That's the skeleton in the closet.
Are you running for mayor of New
Winner
York?
again.
So talk about it.
maybe one day I might try and go to
Okay.
politics. So let's leave that for another day.
I've been to Tampa though. Tampa.
You ain't been to this side of Tampa. This side of Tampa was huge.
Okay, I'll make sure I'll get the story after we're off the air.
He'll tell you, he'll share the story. He just doesn't like to say it on the air. But the bottom line here is for people to meet, it makes me laugh when a person says, I want to meet my future something, and they go to a bar, then they get drunk, and they want to meet in a bar drunk. That don't make no sense.
No.
This
No,
might
of
be a
course
phone
not.
call with 5 minutes. Wow. So you go to a bakery and you meet somebody
A
sweet.
bakery.
Well,
Want to see my muffins? What do you mean going to a bakery?
Well, I don't want to see your mom.
What do you?
Now
You're
I
going to
gotta
go to a
get
bakery to
Twinkies
pick
like
some? Wait,
Jesus
you're going to
and-
go to a bakery to meet somebody?
You meet somebody sweet.
You meet someone sweet. No, you meet someone that's wanting to be sweet.
So if you meet-
That's why
I've
they're at a
never-
bakery.
I've never heard of going to a bakery.
if you meet
to
somebody at a bar,
somebody.
you're saying you want to meet them at a bakery the next
No,
time?
you
What are you
meet them
doing?
at a bakery because they're sweet. You go to the frozen food sections at Publix.
He's got
You
all the
go
rules.
to you
He's got
go
the-
to what's the name of the place with the hammers and all that?
Home Depot?
You go to Home Depot and you look at the paint section, right? And most women
Is
go
that-
there.
is that
they don't
how-
know anything about painting, and they go, "Wow, can you help me out?" You know how many appointments? You know how much business?
Hold on
I
a
did at Home
second. What
Depot?
day and age are you living in,
Yeah.
Freddie, that women
At
don't
Home
know
Depot,
about
I did
painting?
tons. They don't. They don't know colors.
Let's describe Freddie so you can be on the lookout. If you're in the Home Depot
Exactly.
section and you're getting, we are here, CBS News, where Freddie Santory was last seen at the Home Depot amongst the Glidden paint. All right, and yet you're going to say what? Want to see my brush?
I wanna see my
Look
brush.
who's talking. The guy that walks around and shows his Jesus looking like little Twinkie. Look at my Twinkie. Look at my Twinkie. What is
How
that?
did you meet your wife? Was she picking out pastels? I don't understand.
Well, what I want to know is
this
if
is a
you,
long time ago. I did
Freddie, if you would be going to the Home Depot, would you be wearing the SpongeBob slippers? Is what I want to know.
Well, that depends. Is he doing business or is he doing business?
First of all,
Business
I
or
want you to know that my SpongeBob slippers was greatly adored by the community.
Did they? They
Yes.
enjoyed it last week.
That's right.
And
No,
Linda,
I don't
did-
have them. I want to get some, but she won't let me wear them.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you,
No,
I
no.
would wear them out to a bar. Why not? I mean, think about it. If you want to get somebody's attention, do you think you're gonna say, "Boy, this guy's a nut"? I come home and say, "I'm not a nut. I just wanted your attention." It's how you use it. If you're gonna
yeah.
stand like an idiot and go, nobody's gonna come over to you no matter what. Pick your nose. You don't get a ticket, but you don't get a date either. There you go.
Okay, so that's Freddie Fix It with the rules of
The
dating.
rules are there. Okay, we got 2
101.
minutes, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
Every time I go into Home Depot, I'm going to think of Freddie Santory.
Hitting on women, picking out paint.
I'm going to say, so this is the life around here. Mm-hmm.
And it's only the paint section.
I'm just telling you. No, I did it at the light section. So okay, we got 1 minute.
Mixing paint, he's looking for a mixer. I'm telling you.
People just
So is
came
that
up
how
to
I
me.
should go to Home Depot and pick up women? Is this
All I'm
I've
saying,
never heard of that. It was the library when we were growing up.
that's your library. I
Okay.
didn't have a library.
I think we need to get the public to start sending us some awkward moments of
we
theirs.
have 1 minute. Listen, I want to thank Alan Knight. Watch his show 7 to 8 on Wednesday nights on the WNN network. Hit that TV button. You can see him. And call in to ask him questions. Liz Becker, I want to thank you for being on the show.
Thank you. And if anybody wants to find out, meetlizbecker.com.
Excellent. And don't send her a message because she'll shoot you. And Freddie J, give us the Twitter.
FJ Santory. And I have a little thing. You can pick your nose, you can pick your friends, but you shouldn't pick your friend's nose.
There you go. And on that note, I'm Freddie Fix-It. We'll see you next week. Linda Harmon, thank you for being producer. Intern, Quinn, thank you very much. Good job. We'll see you guys next week.
Take care.
You've been listening to Santory and Sons, the show where society's past, present, and future are viewed and explained through the eyes of three different age mindsets. Remember, you can view the show at amp2.tv. And tune in again next time here on WNN for more Santory and Sons. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff.